All right, welcome back to another episode of Small Guys Podcast. Today we are talking Smile, and we are talking Blonde, a new Netflix original movie. Today we got all five of us. Before we get into it, I didn't really tell the guys this, but I mess up sometimes. As the main honcho here, these guys kind of look up to me on this show, and well, I screwed up last week.
Yeah, you do.
Hold on. Don't interrupt. This is important.
Very important.
So last Friday's episode, I made an oopsie. I accidentally called Jurassic World Domination instead of Dominion, which I've now realized that's the name of the movie. I think I said it 4 times the wrong way.
I thought you said Jurassic World Dalmatian.
Hold on. This is,
I heard Domino.
let's not do this.
Jurassic World Domination.
101
Damnation.
Dalmatians.
Yep, I think I even said it wrong 4 times in a row, and I said we're a movie podcast, so we should have seen this movie because it made $1 billion, and I still screwed up the name 4 times. But I will say that Domination sounds a lot better than Dominion, and I blame Call of Duty for me saying Domination. So, editor, if you want to go ahead and throw sad music over that, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. These guys really look up to me, so I let them down.
Brian, you can let his family go now.
All right.
Yeah, you let his mom out of the cage.
So to the
Grandma out of the
listeners,
cellar.
to the listeners, I'm very sorry, and I won't let that happen again.
Yeah, we're all good, Brian. You let him go.
All right,
fuck
cool.
your apology.
After I took his brother's finger, I figured he'd get the message across.
You monster, give it back.
Actually, I took his nose.
He's never getting that back.
But yeah, you guys ready to talk Smile?
Let's roll.
Okay. After witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cooter starts experiencing frightening
I think it was
occurrences.
Dr. Cotter.
Dr. Cootie.
Hey, editor, go ahead and edit that out.
Man, we don't
That's
cut.
staying in.
We don't cut anything.
If I heard Dr.
Non-cut
Cooter in the
podcast.
movie, I would have fucking cried laughing.
I think you
That's
guys
staying in.
misunderstood it.
Dr.
I don't think you
Cootie.
guys heard it. God damn it! I'm gonna have to make another apology next week. Oh,
You just apologize right now, man.
Good one, guys.
God damn it. Okay, after witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient, the doctor starts experiencing frightening occurrences that
There
she
you go.
can't explain. As an overwhelming terror begins taking over her life, Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. This movie has a 76% critic score and 80% audience score.
Horrifying new reality as Dr. Cootie.
I'm fucking crying tears, dude.
Well, all right. So
Scooter, Dr. Cotter, either way, this chick sucked.
Dude, look, I'm actually crying tears.
it wasn't that funny. Anyway,
I guess I could start. I absolutely hate horror movies. I don't know why I went to go to the theater to see this movie tonight. Completely pointless for myself. I mean, I'll do it for the pod, all right? I'm doing it for you guys. You guys at
I hardly
home.
watched it. His eyes shut the whole time.
Yeah, I tried to fall asleep, but I couldn't. The damn movie theater was on 110 volume, dude. Should have wore earplugs. I would have heard the movie fine.
I think I heard some drops on the floor. I think that was Aiden peeing his pants.
No, thank God I brought a backpack in there. Had to check it. It's just 3 changes of underwear. But I mean, like all in all, the story was good. Yeah, it was scary. I mean, some people that enjoy horror movies might say that it wasn't scary. I mean, there were definitely some parts that weren't scary. I think the thing that makes this movie scary is the jump scares, 2, the volume, how damn loud it was.
Oh my
and
God,
then
yeah.
all-
It would go. They did that perfectly. Like, it
Yeah,
would go
100%.
quiet at points, and then just boom, something super loud.
It's
Well, then on top of
the-
that, they would pair it with like they do a shot into a room and the room's just pitch black, and you're like, God damn
Yeah,
it!
you know it's coming.
We're here
Yeah,
whispering and
there's
shit
no
like
getting
that.
out
Like,
of
come
it.
on, man. Like everything's so
Bro,
predictable. And I
Bro,
mean, when
she's laying in bed and they're just like, come on, come over here. She just
Yeah.
rolls over, and then you hear the loud ass boom. That I know that.
yeah, that's all it is. It's just
where I
boom.
jump,
It's just
bro.
that loud ass noise. Like someone's just hitting the fuck out of a door or a wall or something, man. So come on. Like,
One
this'll
thing
get
that
'em.
that I noticed in this, and it's like a scary movie, like they all have it. It feels like, is that like you're staring at like the primary actor or like the primary subject, and then the slow pan like over their shoulder. You know something's coming. You're like, fuck, I've seen this 100 times. You're trying to tell yourself not to jump. Like, you know something's coming. Like Brian said, the dark hallway. Oh my god. Like, you know
it's
there's
just-
something coming at the end of the dark
Yeah,
hallway.
exactly.
Dude,
And
and
then
then
the
A-Train
other-
came in, and then Kumar
I
stopped
was
him. and then-
dying when they first introduced Kumar. I was crying.
Dude, I was
Ah,
laughing
dude.
too.
Then second time when he opens the door and he just teleports there, I'm like, oh shit, it's the boys. A-Train just literally teleported right into the house.
A-Train being in that movie, I just started cracking up. And I went with Jack, and Jack was like, "Why is that funny?" And I was like, "Fucking
Yeah.
A-Train, dude."
I was dying. And he literally starts yelling when he's like, at one point he's like screaming, and it literally sounded just like the boys. Like it was just a scene straight out of it. It's kind of funny, but it was good seeing those two.
The scene with the kind of jump around with this one when the kid opens up the present and it's the cat.
That was fucked.
That was fucked. I
Oh,
did not see that
fuck,
coming. I did lean
fuck.
over to Josh and I go, I bet that's the knife, like one of the knives in her kitchen. The cat, though, I was not expecting that. I was
Yeah.
like, what the
I kind of had a feeling it was a cat or the cat, but I also kept fucking with Jack,
mustache?
where I was like, "Oh, that cat's gonna fucking smile by the end of this."
Yeah,
no, that's what I was
Yeah.
waiting for. I was waiting for the cat to
I
smile.
thought
and
the
then
cat was just
they
gonna
did
be
way
sitting there
worse.
chilling with the smile.
Like the
But
Cheshire cat.
how does
from,
how does the husband not hear the cat in the box? How does she not hear it when she snaps to reality? Like,
I
well, the
think she
cat was
stabbed it and
dead.
killed it.
oh,
Yeah.
unless she stabbed
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That cat
But
was
there's
had
dead.
blood on it.
somewhere.
It had blood all
She
over
didn't.
it.
She went by herself to the birthday party. Not
Birthday
with
party.
her.
Yeah, he was at work.
Yeah, her husband's a
did it at
fucking
night.
coward too. Actually,
She wrapped the present at night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
remember
that-
because the door opened, right?
That was
and the
another
alarm went off.
scary ass jump scare, bro. Because again, the system just fucking boomed. Like
Dude,
the
and
alarm
then
goes up, and that was
It's-
terrifying.
But it's funny because I feel like that alarm scene was probably the quietest scene out of all of them. When that alarm
Yep.
goes off, it should be
bro.
ear raping. You shouldn't be able to hear anything. And that was
Those-
the one where I'm like, oh, all right, it's not that loud.
Those
Yeah.
jump scares, how loud they are, remind me of SpongeBob fucking in the stadium with the fucking Oh, I'm not
No,
gonna lie, man.
Honestly, go ahead, Mike.
This movie kind of fucking disappointed me. Straight up, like
I mean, I'm
It
glad
wasn't,
that it was kind of ass because one, I didn't even want to be there to watch that shit.
I'm not a big fan of
Aiden only
scary
had
movies.
3 pairs of underwear. He couldn't
Yeah, I was
afford
like
it.
this literally the whole movie. I was like,
I'm not a big fan of scary movies or just docs of murders. Like I'm not a big fan of that, like the dark stuff, to be honest with you. But I mean, it was a movie. That's the best way I
It
can
was a
describe it.
movie.
It wasn't.
I-
It wasn't the worst thing I've ever watched, and it had me up until like, I would say the scene where she went back to her old childhood house. I think that was when I kind of lost it in terms
So
of
you didn't like it at the end.
yeah.
No.
I did like that one jump into the finale, you know, that final scene when she goes and where is it when she like thinks that she killed the demon.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever,
Josh
and then-
Josh leaned over to me.
Yeah, and then I thought it was
Still
over, and then she goes to her ex-husband or ex-boyfriend's
Well-
house, and then yeah, it just completely switches. The light dims down.
yeah.
The twist
he's
was really
laughing.
good.
What
She
did- what
runs
does
out of
he
the house,
fucking
and it's
say
just
to
right
her
out
to
the front
fucking
door of
catch
her
her off
abandoned
guard?
house.
He's like, I'll always be with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then he-
yeah.
then he
and
fucking
then
looks at it,
smiles.
looks at it
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, okay, so I've watched a lot of scary movies, and again, I took Jack with me, and obviously me and Jack watched like most of these scary movies I've seen have been with that motherfucker. So that's like I was like, all right, come along. Jack hasn't he doesn't do like the internet, so he hasn't seen like any of the promo for this or anything. Don't know how the fuck he does it, but
Yeah.
so we go to this movie. He doesn't know anything about it. I thought he was gonna hate it. We walk out of there, and he goes, that was actually all right. He goes, I'm not gonna say it was the best thing ever, but like I'm not mad you took me. And I
Yeah.
think that just about sums up this movie because again, it really just rips It Follows like completely.
Yes.
And they just did it. They were like, oh, they're gonna smile instead. Like, okay,
That-
whatever.
th-
But there was a couple scenes in there that just fucking like shook me to my core. And it wasn't even the jump scares, like when the therapist shows up at the house, and then the real therapist
yeah, that was
calls,
fucked.
and then the therapist talks. Anytime you put an innocent lady talking like a fucking demonic man, I'm done. Like the movie Elevator, fucking hate that shit.
I forgot
But
about
yeah.
that movie.
Yeah, dude. But I think this movie definitely it's a fun watch. Go watch it with your pals in the theaters. It'll be way more fun than watching it at home.
Yeah.
But again, nothing to like really write home about. It's just this would be like a good movie, like if we were like I don't know, like late high school, early college, like we were all home and just went and saw it.
We're high as
Versus
fuck.
now, well, yeah, if you wanted to be, you could be. You'd be in there cheesing just like him.
That's
I couldn't
that's a really
stop
good way to
smiling that
describe
whole
it.
time, man. I don't know what's going on.
That was
That's really-
that was sorry, Mike. That was one thing that like about that movie like was just unsettling as fuck. Like it's not even that it was scary. It's like the thought of like someone doing like scary ass shit and demonic shit and like that like smiling like that just doesn't seem right. You want someone to be scared. You don't want someone to be smiling when they're like about to do
Dude, when she's smiling at the beginning, just cutting off her face.
Oh
Yeah, I can't believe they showed that.
That was crazy.
I was like,
I had to look away when
I had to look away.
and
Yeah,
then
me
the
too.
can,
patient was
can
cutting
we
her.
talk about how this bitch? Women are bitches, but in this this was the biggest bitch
Brian.
move ever because she goes to
dude's
the
sick, man.
prison. It fucks up this whole guy's life. This
Yeah.
guy found
Yeah.
a way to get away from this demonic fucking being. And she was like, hey, I have it, by the way.
Hey, any advice?
I can't kill people.
But to be fair though,
God.
if you were in the same shoes, would you not go to that prison and ask for help?
100%, but I'm not gonna sell like that.
Well, so what would you guys have done? Would you guys have killed someone if you're in her shoes?
I probably would have.
I would have just killed myself, like not in front of somebody.
Yeah, I would have. I
Yeah.
thought she was just gonna like fucking drive her car into the ocean or something. Like just
See, that's what I was thinking.
But how dumb is her ex-boyfriend for sitting there and not turning around or closing his eyes? Like he knows.
Dude,
It's not
at
like
the
he had no.
end-
And if I was
clue.
him at the end, I'd have
He
been
knew
like,
exactly. I'd been like, I'd have
I would've
pieced
been
out.
out
man.
that
the
bitch.
second she started smiling, he should have been like, nope.
no,
He
he's
should
a
have killed
cop.
her.
He should have just been like, all right, goodbye.
All right, we ended it.
Yeah.
Now, what about at
What about her?
at a certain point, this felt like it was like it reminded me of Stranger Things season 4. Was anyone else getting that vibe? Like I was sitting there, I was like, this feels like Stranger Things. Like
The cinematography of the camera flipping,
Mhm.
Oh,
And-
that
The
yeah.
and it being upside
cinematography
down,
in the
that
movie
gave me
is good.
it was
But
really
then,
good. It gave me
too,
Stranger
the
Things vibes,
story
for
of
sure.
like Victor Creel and shit. That kind of like it felt like that too. The way that they were trying to figure
in her
it out.
head.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then like again, there was a guy alive in the prison. He had to do some fucked up shit to live, but it was just like, huh, see a lot of
Oh,
similarities.
I can see
here.
that comparison actually.
I got 3 things. One, I think that it made it a lot scarier knowing that like the smiles from the people weren't like CGI. Like it wasn't some fake ass smile. Like it was
Yeah.
legit just a creepy ass regular person smile.
Yeah, it wasn't
which made it
CGI.
worse. Yeah, it was
Really?
just normal. And then 2, what do you guys think that her nephew is gonna do? Because he's already scarred for life.
He's gonna be a serial
Yeah,
killer.
But on his 7th birthday, he loves trains. He opens a dead cat. Like, come on, dude.
And then
he
I
sees
was
her
cracking up,
freaking
too,
out in the
looking out
parking
the
lot.
window.
And
Yeah,
she's
it's
just
in the
window.
driveway.
flipping
It made
out.
me laugh.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there and he's just like, he's fucking
Oh,
shaking.
fuck.
Like this redacted is crazy.
God.
No,
But, third thing is like this movie really reminds me of The Invisible Man. I think that was like the last good horror movie, like horror/thriller that I've seen.
yeah.
Remember that?
Invisible, is that the one with the dude that makes the suit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's just
that was a
crazy,
good
like he
movie.
faked his death, and then
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's making her
literally got
look
an
like she's
invisible
crazy.
suit. Yeah, and she's
Yeah.
freaking
Oh,
out. It's
I've
literally
seen that
identical.
one.
to
That's
this.
awesome.
Oh,
as fuck.
I've seen that actually.
I'm pretty sure
dude.
we all saw it at the movies.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
yeah.
I did not.
No, the movie that this
That's a good
reminds
one,
me
Bob.
of,
You gotta
and
watch
Brian
that.
said it. Brian said it earlier. You guys should go see it. It's It Follows. I think it
Yep.
came out in like 2016. It was shot in Detroit and
2014.
takes place in Detroit in the suburbs. And basically, this college student has sex with this random guy, and then now she's being followed by like a random person that she's seen before but doesn't know that well, and it just slowly is walking towards to her, and the only way for her to get rid of it is have sex with someone else. But if the person she has sex with
I've seen
dies, then it's
that.
back after her.
Shit, they didn't
Yeah,
even
so
tell me
it-
that.
It's the same premise, and they do it a lot better. They don't just rely on
Is that the one with Vince
jump
Vaughn?
scares. No,
No, that's the one where he swaps places with the girl.
Yeah.
Which is a fire movie, by the way.
I've
It
never
is.
seen it. I just
Dude,
I
know
saw it. It's on
a
HBO.
great movie.
Yeah, Freaky or whatever it's called.
It
Yeah.
follows. Man, where was I
Um,
when they were shooting that in Detroit?
I'm an extra in it. That's why I was shouting it out.
Oh,
Oh,
like sophomores in high school.
Hell yeah, man.
Another thing to point out in this movie that they did a lot that you had to kind of be paying attention to is the little notes on like smile, like she's holding the smiling glass. It's pointing
Yeah.
to the smiling poster. There's
When
actually a
she's in the
scene.
patient room. Yeah.
Yeah, or when she's actually, I don't know if you guys caught this. This one was kind of slick. She's sitting outside the diner, and the lights in the background actually made like a smile
see that.
too.
and the donut thing she was holding or whatever too.
Yeah, like they did a lot of good little like playing homage to it. I
One
guess.
thing that I caught was when she walked in the door after she saw the guy in the prison that survived, and he told her that the only way to break the chain is to murder someone and
Yeah.
like make it gory and make someone watch it, which is awful.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, she opens the door and there's a letter like right at the door that says "Last Chance" and like big lettering. And I thought that was like, all right,
Oh,
this
I
is like
didn't
the
catch that.
epilogue.
I didn't catch that either.
Yeah. It
Damn.
was like right at the door is like a little just a letter in the mail. And I was like, oh shit, like she's actually gonna go kill someone. And then that's when she grabs a knife, goes to the hospital, and it never happens.
Wow.
Maybe this is me just being a critic or a hater, but I knew for a fact she wasn't gonna kill anybody.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why.
I
like,
don't
it's just-
know.
But
I
then
don't
again, I
know.
didn't think that she was
I didn't
gonna
think that.
kill herself.
Yeah,
thought
well,
that something
'cause
was gonna
in
happen.
Recent like horror movies, they have been going a lot with the nobody wins. And I mean, I guess in the end, nobody does win here. So that's why I feel like it would have been too far off. But they were like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's make our main character that we've all like come to
I
know
wonder
this
why.
far kill someone." I think that would have been honestly a little cooler.
I
I wonder
thought
why they're doing that now, though.
I-
I was because the tropes have been so played out. You know, we've seen so much shit at this point. There's not really much more you can do.
Yeah.
What came to mind for me was Infinity War.
Yeah,
I'm not like I know I compare everything to Marvel just because I like Marvel. But regardless, like, am I wrong when
Explain
I say that?
how?
Am I wrong when I say that though?
Because
No,
When
Thanos
that's the
won at
first
the end.
movie where the superheroes lost.
I'm just saying the influence is all I'm saying. Disney.
mean,
Marvel.
I mean, look at the
no,
Halloween
this
movies.
is
Michael
not that-
Myers
like,
wins
we're
every
not in an
fucking
era
time.
where we're not in an era where, of course, like every the good guy wins every time. And there obviously there's been stories where that hasn't been the case before Infinity War when it came out. I'm just saying, like Brian said, you see it more nowadays.
I think I knew the entire time that she was just gonna die and it was
I
gonna
did
continue
too.
because
I did too.
they're gonna
I-
make sequels out of this movie. I mean, you know what I mean? They have
Yeah.
to
Think
continue
you're
it
gonna make
somehow.
sequels
So
out of this?
for sure they will.
Yeah.
Too before I forget, let's talk really quick about
no,
the
they
marketing.
better not make a damn sequel.
They're
of
gonna make a
Smile.
sequel because this movie's
Smile
gonna make money.
dude, smile again.
Well, because
it's gonna keep going.
It probably didn't cost them that much money to make
Smile
this
be like
movie.
Nick.
But
It's a finale.
Brian, what are you doing?
it's doing an unboxing.
Looking at
Yeah.
a COVID test.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
he's
did
taking
it. It's
a
been
photo.
15 minutes. Let's see the results.
So let's
just
let's
wanna-
I,
Brian,
Brian's got
should've-
COVID.
I should have said this at the beginning. This is my flu game episode of the podcast. It's 10:30 on an I can't say the night, right? Or we
Smells
allowed
you
to
got
say the
COVID.
night?
you can it's
All right,
it's Thursday night.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, but this is my flu game. I'm sick as fuck. I skipped work today, and I took a COVID test earlier, and it was inconclusive. So I was gonna take it.
Oh,
Ooh.
Well,
damn.
I don't think it's COVID, but if it was, that'd be kind of cool because I could work from home, not have to go to the office.
So you're gonna fake your
I
test?
think it's a boy, Brian.
Oh god,
I'm Team Girl. I think you're having a girl.
he's got a pregnancy test. It looks like an accident.
Why does this COVID test?
I
tell me
think he's
that
taking
he,
a stupid test. He's gonna test positive.
Yep,
for
you passed
stupid.
that for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill myself.
okay, all right.
At least let someone witness.
Yeah.
All right. let's talk about the marketing really quick for this movie, and I think that's what kind of convinced us to go see it.
Marketing
If you
might have been
don't,
the best thing in this movie.
yeah, I mean, it was really cool. If you don't know what we're talking about, they hired an actress or a couple people to smile behind home plate in MLB games and behind Good Morning America, they had the same woman smiling, just in the
Good.
background, just blank smiling, staring at the cameras. Genius marketing. It was all over TikTok and Twitter and everything like that. So that's what like kind of convinced us to go see this movie. I mean, we probably would have anyway, but like I think that marketing is kind of genius.
Good job to the marketing team.
And
That was
can we
really
get-
genius.
smart.
Can we get pictures like right up here above us?
Yeah, editor, do that for
Thanks,
sure.
Mr. Editor.
Yeah.
Hey, editor. Let me make an explosion.
Brian's actually going to be flying away in a rocket ship. Once we...
No, that marketing scheme was good. I mean, that's smart. It's not. I mean, it's kind of it's easy for a movie like this, with that kind of stuff. But I mean, that's a good thought plan. I mean, they were,
Yeah.
and especially like football started, so they had some actors, I guess you could say, paid marketers to go smile at football games over the weekend. It would have been really good if they would have done like postseason baseball here in like October.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
they
but
did
it's
do
like that comes
baseball.
out.
I thought there was one.
Yeah,
going
but
on
it's not.
No, they did.
postseason.
It's not postseason until the 7th.
Oh,
But I mean, like the movie came out, last Friday, so you kind
Yeah,
of had to do
yeah.
it quicker. But like, was it or something where everyone was dressing like clowns, or was that two different things?
No, it was just putting red balloons in random spots.
that's
which
what it was.
good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
and
good
like it's
marketing.
not like none of these will touch what like Minions did earlier this year. Like that was trending all over the place
was
on TikTok and
massive.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, that was massive. That kind of marketing.
But that was a meme.
Fuck, that was fucking.
it was a meme, but it worked out for them, and
It was
made them.
huge for them.
I don't
Yeah, I
think they
mean-
started that trend.
No,
No.
probably not, but
Nah.
it
no,
took
it was
off
the
for them,
dumbass kids
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Yeah, it's just some
and
stupid
it did the
kid.
marketing
You-
for them.
No
It
one
was
could
it was
have
the
ever
juiced up monkey
predicted
little
that.
boys on TikTok. Fucking-
No one in a million years of like
Sarms.
marketing could have guessed that shit was gonna happen.
Yeah,
No,
it was
that's
a
hilarious.
And
farmhouse.
sometimes the best.
Yeah, that's the
I
best.
can't
thing that
believe
could
Brian
happen.
went and dressed up in a suit and went to that movie.
Fuck
But,
yeah,
uh,
dude! I was bumping Eat the whole way.
I was right next to him.
What the
Yeah,
fuck
we
is
shared a
up?
popcorn.
Check out
No.
that review.
Too, just to kind of skip to the end. When they showed the kid actress of Rose, it looked just like her, didn't it? Or
Yeah,
am
that
I-
was really good. I
It
didn't know if
looked
that
just
was
like her.
her de-aged. I figured they didn't have the budget for that.
No, probably not. But
Nah,
jeez,
bro,
that
you're
looked just
lying.
like her.
I mean, even the demon at the end, like the tall as shit.
So the tall
don't
demon
understand.
reminded me of it.
Yeah,
Remember
I
that?
mean, I don't understand how she like crawled inside of her. Like that doesn't make any sense.
No, bro, that CGI
You're
fucking.
talking about a movie about a demon that
ruined it,
kills
bro.
the people and then travels around, but it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense that it opens someone's mouth and went
No,
inside of
no.
it.
It doesn't
That's
make sense
crazy.
because when we watched that girl at the beginning kill herself in that room in front of her, she didn't open her mouth unless it was behind when the camera was panned. But like, you didn't see her like obviously
Maybe it
sit there with her
was.
mouth wide open.
How do you know she's opening her mouth? How do you know she's
saw it.
opening her mouth in real time, not in like the her mind?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like maybe she's not actually physically
Yeah,
doing
you're
that in the
right.
real world.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause, I mean,
what
there's-
if a loved one came up to you and said what she was saying to
Yeah,
people around her,
that
would
was
you-
my question. Could
I'd
we
got
come
out of there
up with,
like
a
A-Train.
code word? Could you like come up with a code word that something fucked up is going on and it's real and we're not like
Pineapple
going crazy?
Express.
Oh, that's our sex word.
Oh.
Let's make it something else.
Because like if you
Alright.
guys
Pears.
came up to me with that word, I'd be like, shit, there's some demonic shit going on. Like we gotta figure this out.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that during the movie too. I was like, man, what if a loved one said this to me? Like, how would I fucking take it? I would think I would do exactly what my boy A-Train did.
It's fucked
Get out of
up.
the car and
He
run the house.
fucking abandoned her real quick. That was
Like I
fucked
said,
up.
Hey, that's a fucking coward right there.
Yeah, he played his superhero part there real well, like in the show. He was like, I'm out. Sorry, see, I can't. What do you want me to do? Help
Yeah.
you?
No, and then too, what would you guys say for each of you? What was your like creepiest scene? I guess I can go first. So mine isn't stolen. When the security alarm goes off and she's on the phone and they just whisper behind you, that got me, and nothing was even behind her. But
Yep.
that was like the slow, like her head turning. I was like, oh fuck.
That one sucked.
That
I
was
think
good.
mine
And
was definitely the cat scene.
Okay.
Yep.
My jump scare was when she was talking to fucking Kumar and she's sitting outside the office, and then when the neck snaps down, that one fucking got
Oh, her
me.
sister.
Yeah,
Oh
I was
no,
gonna
no, not
say.
the snack sound. Sorry, that was the sister. But the
The
one
Kumar is the one
where
where
the Kumar, and then it becomes the patient.
Yeah,
And the patient pops up
that
because you're
scared
gonna
me,
die.
dude. It
That
wasn't even. He
one,
was just smiling, like not
that
scared.
one, literally, like I
Wait.
jumped. I looked at
Just didn't
Jack and I
expect
go,
it.
"That was a good one."
Yeah, it's just random.
That was
What were
another
you gonna
one where
say,
the
Andrew?
sound hit.
I was confused. But I remembered what he was talking about.
I knew that broken neck one was coming from the trailer,
Yeah, I
so
knew
I just
something.
Yeah.
just covered my eyes, man.
Was
Didn't
it
even
shown in the
watch it.
trailer?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh.
remember watching the
I
trailer.
don't
for this
remember
besides
watching
when
the
we-
trailer.
When we'd see the previews of it before a
Well,
movie.
I
guess.
saw it when I was going to see a different movie. I think it was like Black Phone, and I saw the trailer for this one, and I was like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
Please talk
Yeah,
about
so-
like how simple the concept of this movie and this plot is, though.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, dude, they made a
honestly,
demon.
I think too, and this is probably a good part of the movie is like I mean, it really just shows like she was having mental health issues, right? Like that's what kind of the main premise of the movie was. And she was asking for help and people weren't really able to help her or,
Yeah.
so I like that side of it. I just wish from a horror movie standpoint, there wasn't that many jump scares. And I mentioned this last week too. It's like, I feel like a lot of these horror movies rely on jump scares, which the next movie we're doing is next movie we're covering is The Strangers, and a movie like that is one of my favorite horror movies, and it does not use
There's not really any
at
jump
all.
scares.
Yeah, and in a way it feels more real and it is scary. And that's what I liked about It Follows too, just to compare it to that one last time. And they do feel so similar. That movie was able to capitalize on this kind of plot without relying on jump scares like this kind of movie did, because all the scary parts were the jump scares. Like that one part where it's just like snaps to outside her crossing the road with the car's beeping at her. I mean, that shouldn't be scary, but it fucking came out of nowhere. It's loud as hell.
That's why
It
I
made me
think
jump.
it was literally the volume. I'm telling you, this movie wouldn't have been half.
Well,
as
we
good
saw
if
it in
wasn't
Epic
so
Theater.
loud.
It's on us
Yeah.
for that.
I
But
know, but still, they was like that's what just startles you because anyway, it could literally be a song, and you can be watching Minions, and that shit just pops out. You're gonna jump.
I will say
You're not
that
screaming.
it did seem it did like 99% of the time rely on jump scares, but
Yeah,
there were creepy moments, like both of the times with the phone call. Both times like that wasn't really a jump scare, and that scared the shit out of me. Like
that was scary.
yeah.
the first time with the security, and they're just like, "Oh, they're in here," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck!" And then the phone rings again, or the same thing with the therapist, and she's like, "Oh, I'm calling to check up on you," and you're like, "That one,
Bro, that
call-
therapist scene
this
fucking got
therapist
me.
scene was fuck.
yeah."
It was scary.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even the fact, like, even when she got up and she started walking towards her, it was just the fact that you literally see her and she's like waving, sits down, has a complete conversation, and then out of nowhere, she just gets a phone.
Yeah.
And they played it off so well, like, you gonna get that? And then, of course, like, you don't
And then
expect
the
that.
therapist fucking
Yeah,
calls.
I was like, and she's like, no.
That's the twist like that, and then the twist at the end where she thinks she kills the demon, and she's like at Joel's house, and the next thing you know, she's back inside of her old childhood home. Those twists are cool.
Basically, it was just showing like how deeply like that demon was making them like mentally suffer.
Yeah.
Like they were deep hallucinating to the fact where they thought this shit was 100% real.
Yeah.
And they're living a completely different life.
Yeah. So what would you guys say you didn't really like about this movie? Would it be the twist, or would it be relying on jump scares, or what do you guys think?
It's definitely the relying on jump scares aspect of the movie that
Yeah.
I wasn't really a fan of. Again, like I said earlier, this is a fun, Bucky movie where I wish that we were in a theater where it had a ton of people. There was 8 of us. So it was 8 of us on a Monday. So it wasn't that exciting. But I imagine like your guys' case scenario, it was probably a good fucking time. And then on top of that, it was just me and Jack. Even if I went with like how you guys only would have been like the 4 of us, well 5, including Cody, like that would have been a fucking blast.
And Sanch, shout out Sanch.
Oh, Sanch went too? I didn't
Yep.
know that.
Yeah.
Fuck,
It was
great.
like the 6 of us.
Sanch, love you, bud. Have you on soon.
Sanch had his eyes actually covered the entire time.
Since kept like trying to grab my
He
hand.
brought one of those sleep masks so he could
Yeah.
just
I looked over and it had the eyeballs on it. I'm like, oh, Sans, you really like this movie. You haven't blinked.
Yeah, we were like-
Sanch.
I
We
gave
were like, do you
Aiden
want to be
my,
on it? He's like, I didn't watch it.
Yeah. He's like, where am I?
But yeah, I think that was like the aspect of the movie that I didn't like. But again, it does. That's what saves it though, because it makes it fucking fun. You know.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
all in all, I think this was just a movie where they were like, hey, it's Halloween time. It Follows was a good premise. Let's make it just a little scarier. Because again, something about a smile is fucked up. All these people are killing themselves and they're smiling. Like the dude that fucking the what is it, like the gardening fucking like the cutters that just like stabs himself. He smiles at the camera first and then does it.
Yeah.
It's scary as hell.
Like, I think another thing that would have made this movie 10 times better, like if you know how they had security footage of that guy killing himself at the gas station, if they would have had like security camera of like, you know, the elevator footage, like if they would have showed it like Sinister, you know, like little, because I mean everything, it's in today's age, everything's recorded, you know.
Yeah.
So like
I
stuff
don't know.
like
When
that.
I seen that, when I seen that first picture of, I think what you're talking about in the elevator,
yeah.
I was like, holy
With no
fuck.
eyeballs, yeah. It's
I was
fucked.
like,
But that's the
oh.
thing is, all those deaths were gruesome too. Like none of them were. Remember even the hammer guy when they just oh my god, when they
Yeah,
just go and she's talking about it.
Quick
I'm
cut.
Like, I'm like this. I'm like she's talking about it. I'm like, oh okay, she's just talking about it. I'm moving it.
Like, bang.
Just snap it for like a second. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
God,
Well, and too,
dude,
that
sucked.
first scene when she first sees her patient that committed suicide in her house and the dark hallway,
Oh,
you know,
Yeah.
right before A-Train comes in. And she's just like, they're staring at each other, and it's just like, wow. And like, too, like, I thought when she shut the fridge that something was going to be there, and you just kind of didn't know when the jump scares were coming. Which made the movie even
I'm
scarier.
scared to go look
I
at the
think-
fucking mirror.
Smile back at you.
Yeah. I just
I
started
was waiting
smiling.
for that.
I was
They
waiting
didn't
for
show
that where the mirror was
Yeah.
smiling and she wasn't.
Especially when she's like taking when she was in the bathroom taking a shower at the beginning, and
Yeah.
then even when she was just looking all around. I mean, there's windows.
Or
looking
doing her
everywhere.
makeup or whatever she was
Yeah.
when she was
Or
putting
even
up
when
her
they
eye
showed her
bags.
when she was gonna go to the hospital, and she's in the window, and they have like that shot where it's looking up at her in the window of her room.
Yeah.
You know, she's looking out into like the woods. I thought they were gonna like show her smiling, but I was like, oh, I guess not.
Yeah, and that gives the movie credit in that way because like you're kind of still on your toes and you're kind of still freaked out and nothing
The
really is
whole
happening.
time.
Yeah.
Sleep sister overreacted.
No.
No, her son.
No, she
is
killed the cat and gave it
traumatized.
to her son,
Her son's ruined. His life,
and
is
then broke her
ruined.
table.
Yeah. And then started screaming like no, right when she like showed that she was all bloody.
I
Yeah,
feel
then
like
the next
some,
day when bitched her out.
I
Women
feel
are
like
bitches.
some scary movies though, like maybe it's because we've seen so many, are like there's like a background formula. Like you know they show like I'm just thinking of a couple of things. They show the security system. You know that's gonna go off. Like at some point there's gonna be some moment with that. Another
Yeah.
one would be like she goes to this birthday party, like a happy event. You absolutely know some shit's
Something
going
bad
wrong.
Oh,
is
she's
yeah.
happening, yep.
she's gonna make some scene's gonna be made. I knew that when she walked in. I go, Oh, she's
yeah,
gonna
not
cause a
just there for fun.
yeah, she's gonna cause a fucking scene. She's gonna look like a lunatic. And when that bitch is sitting in the chair too, just like, and she's like freaking out, and everyone's looking at her. I was like, fuck, that would be
No.
like terrifying because no one believes you.
Now, would
Yeah.
it be funnier if nothing happened? Like if she went and like the kid just loved the present and she had a slice of cake and was like, all right, I'm going
Oh, she
home."
loved the dead cat.
It's like exactly what I asked for.
Hey, dead
That would
cat.
have been filler at that point, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would have been more interesting.
Well, I
of a
knew
movie.
something was going down when they sang happy birthday and it just stopped on like a record
Yeah.
scratch. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, here we go.
That was
Yeah.
unsettling though. It just like stops on like one of the
Yeah.
it's like
Well,
happy.
I thought that she was gonna turn around and everyone was smiling at her and she was just gonna go crazy.
that would have scared
would've
that
been
would
cool.
have
been crazy.
that have scared the
I
shit
thought
out of
even
me.
the kids and like everyone ought to have been like, oh man, I was waiting for it.
I was
That
waiting
would've-
for the nephew to smile, and then it would have been
Yeah.
like more of like if she would have went after the kid, then that would have been like worse for the family. You know, divide them even more.
Yeah.
I didn't maybe I'm missed it. I did not realize that was her sister at first.
I mean, they kind
Yeah,
of didn't hint
because
at
that's
it
when-
at first.
That's
Whoa.
when- well,
Okay.
yeah, they
Did
did.
they?
They did?
They talk about
They're
the
at dinner.
house.
Yeah, the
She
mom's
tells her to
house.
Shut the fuck up
Yeah.
at the
Wow,
dinner
I-
table when you first meet her.
Over my
Yeah.
head.
Well, I mean, at that point, that's when you assume that she's her sister, but they don't really like.
She said, when are we gonna sell mom's house?
Oh, maybe I
Yep,
didn't hear
yep,
that.
word for word.
That's what it told me.
Oh, I missed
Dude,
that.
I'm telling you,
I
I
thought
barely
you said,
watched
when are
this
we gonna
movie."
sell your house?
Well, no,
I
but
mean, I
that's
knew
why
you
she
guys had
said-
your eyes
she said
covered. I
The
didn't know
house
you
is
had
a
your ears
dump,
covered.
and I was like, her house.
I had my
is-
headphones. I brought them with me.
The house is a dump. You should bulldoze it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, her house is sick. I'm like, why would she get rid of that?
No,
They didn't show the house.
Damn, that
Well, they
kinda
showed it
makes
at the
sense.
beginning of the movie.
Makes sense.
It was the first scene in the movie. The mom
Oh,
killed herself in the
Jesus
bed.
Yeah, but
Christ,
then she's a
boy.
little
It
girl.
was the inside though, not the
Huh?
outside.
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, I put it together that the mom killed herself in the
Well,
house.
yeah,
and they
at
didn't sell the
end,
house.
but not at that point.
Well,
in the movie,
At the
is
beginning of
what
the
I'm
movie, I
saying.
knew.
I put it together too at the end that obviously like it was their childhood home, as I've
Yeah.
said probably 7 times throughout the episode.
Why the fuck wouldn't
but-
you bulldoze that though?
Sentimental
think 'cause she was
value
still-
and a plot point, dickhead.
Yes, and she was still battling with
Yeah,
the
there
trauma.
would've been
of
no
it. She didn't
movie.
wanna- She's battling with the trauma.
Bulldoze
Of it.
it.
She doesn't want to think of
Yeah,
it.
I was
Damn
waiting
it.
for the guy in prison to be like, it all started with this lady who killed herself in front of her daughter. And then I was
That's
waiting for it to be her.
Actually, that's what I was waiting for some type of connection back to her mom.
Nah, her
Oh,
mom's
Oh,
just-
okay.
Yeah. Well, especially
You said
because
it was in
again, the
Brazil.
sister
Great fucking-
goes, "This you sound exactly like mom before she did it."
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, that's
That
why I
would've
thought
been
there
a
was gonna
great
be some
connection.
kind of tie there,
tie-in.
Yeah.
but there wasn't. That was a missed opportunity.
Well, I think that was just another thing in mental health
Yeah.
that they're trying to.
Uh,
make a
that's
connection to.
okay.
Yeah,
like,
that's another thing we should say. If you have mental health issues, maybe like read up on this movie before you go. I know that's something I didn't even think about, but when I left, because Jack has like mental health issues and stuff, he goes, "Wow, I did not expect that." Like he had heard about it from a coworker that it was like that, and he was like, "Yeah, just like food for thought."
Yeah.
Made it
Yeah,
this
that's fair.
far.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because there is again a lot of the whole premise is people are killing themselves and stuff. Nothing wrong with getting some help. Go out there, get your help if you need it. But yeah, should have
Yeah.
stated that at the beginning.
Yeah, because in reality, there are people out there that are sick and think in their heads that people are telling them to kill themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Definitely, there's no like pre-warning for that. They definitely
No.
didn't do that in the trailers or anything.
No, I didn't realize that it was all going to take place in like a psychiatric like wing of the like hospital.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I did not
that-
know that was the premise at all.
it really stresses that too, because I mean, in the beginning, she's she doesn't believe that. Oh, it's it's just. I mean, obviously, this is a movie, so it's very different than what we're kind of hinting at here.
Hypocritical, though.
But yeah, it was her saying like, oh, there's nothing wrong, and then she's in the same boat. People are telling
Yeah.
her, oh, it's PTSD trauma. Oh, you're stressed out.
Mhm.
Oh, you're not sleeping.
Yeah. See, stuff like that makes me like think good about the movie. But with the missed opportunities, like with the connection, like to her mom's suicide, or just all the other things we talked about, like it could have been better, man. It just could have been better.
Well, so Mike, you said that you liked the part until the end where she got to the house, and then you said you liked the twist. So what would you say you didn't really like about it?
There's just too many dull moments for me, honestly. Like throughout the movie, up until the last part of the movie, where we're like, okay, she's gonna face this demon, and either she's gonna die
Yep.
in some type of horrible death, or she's gonna win, and she's not gonna die. So I mean, I don't know. It was just predictable to me, and just with the dull moments, it wasn't amazing.
Brian, you're supposed to put it in your butthole, not your nose. That's how I took my COVID
No,
test.
Ryan, you're gonna pee on the stick. Then it'll tell you.
That'll tell you if you're pregnant or not.
We're gonna get a live reaction
Oh.
if he has COVID.
Oh, this thing hurts, bro.
Now he's putting it in the right hole.
Has it
Guys,
been-
There
whoever's
you
watching
go.
on YouTube,
Yeah,
he turned his
that's
camera
why he
off
turned
and
the
he's-
Oh,
Oh god, it hurts.
oh,
Oh,
Oh, now he's putting it back in his nose.
Oh,
He's giving
Jesus.
the smell test.
oh,
Giving the snip test.
oh.
All
That's
right.
disgusting.
On that note, you guys want to get into
Yep.
our reviews?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I will go first. Like I said, there's just some dull moments for me. There is a lot of really cool stuff, kind of like what we talked about, Andrew. Just with the connection, obviously, like mental health awareness and just some callbacks. But like I said, a little too dull at times. Relied too much on the jump scares, and it just like if it's gonna be, it just wasn't scary enough, in my opinion. But besides that, like the plot was pretty predictable too, in my opinion. And I know it sounds like I'm shitting on it. It was a decent watch still at the end of the day, especially like if you have time and you have obviously the money to go buy a movie ticket, get a couple of your buddies and go
do
watch
it.
it. I think it's worth a good first time watch. But other than that, I wouldn't watch it again, in my opinion. But with that said, I will give it a 78 out of 100.
Okay.
Ew.
Wow. It's pretty high, man.
Oh. All right, we got 15
I'll
minutes.
go off of Mike. Absolutely hate horror movies. You know, I like horror thrillers. This is just horror.
I think it's a thriller.
It's
I don't
definitely
think
a
it's a
thriller.
thriller
This
at
is
all.
horror.
I think I don't know.
I didn't find any thrill in this movie.
If you compare it to Hereditary is fucking scary.
I mean, I'll never
Would you
watch that.
consider a jump
We have to watch it.
Nope,
Would you
I won't
consider a
watch that
jump
movie.
2 weeks
scare
from
a
now.
thriller?
I haven't seen it yet either, Aiden.
No.
So
But,
we
like-
can watch that
Like I
together.
said, I would compare this to Invisible Man. And Invisible Man was almost the same plot, just without the demon aspect. And I think that was a better watch than this movie. I also thought the acting was kind of bad. Thought the acting was really dull. Especially like when the sisters were
better
fighting on the
parts.
porch, she wasn't even looking at her. Like she was looking off to the side. Didn't change at all. HR when he comes in for the first time, he's like barely hugging her. Like that's her. You think it's her husband at that point. You don't even know it's her fiance. And you know, there's like no affection. I think that some of the lines from Joel were just delivered poorly. Like I don't know, all that. I know it's like a low budget horror movie and all that, but I mean that's just some things that I see when I'm watching a film, and it kind of took the I don't know, you know, I hate scary movies, but let's see if I enjoy it. Cinematography was good when they're doing all those different shots, like different angles. I liked all that. Like I said, I added that if they would have showed how the previous people prior to like her death and the one that she saw, you would have
Yeah.
seen some of it. Like that would have made it a lot more suspenseful. It would have made it a lot more scarier. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had my hands over my my eyes on the about 3/4 of that entire movie, but all in all, I'd probably give this movie out of my enjoyment. I'd probably give it a 40 out of 100.
Wow.
Not a fan.
30.
So you wouldn't
I
see it
watched
again?
it.
You wouldn't recommend it to anyone?
Definitely. I mean, I would recommend it to someone that likes scary movies, but I mean, there's a lot better scary movies out there.
All right, so I want this on record right now because we are about to watch 3 of the best scary movies coming out. And so for these 2 scary movies, you give it 40s. Now, like Hereditary is hands down one of the best stories told. So like I'm interested to see
I haven't
if
seen
horror
it.
movies are fucking with your scores or not.
Yeah.
Because I've never
They
seen you
are.
shoot this low.
Because I don't
As
enjoy
above,
them.
he gave a 48.
Yeah, but I
So you
watch
like
these
As Above
movies. I
more?
rate these as I enjoy them.
That's fair.
As above,
That's the same type of dude that would you give Thor a 90 something?
I hope not.
who?
86.
You ate it. I swear to God, you gave
Oh,
Thor like
You
a
give it an
90.
86?
86.
He's
I got
the
him pulled up.
records.
I got it.
Oh,
86. That's a solid score for Thor.
I put him
You wanna
down
change
as we
that?
Probably
say
could have
him.
went lower. I probably would have went lower.
You want to revise score?
Yeah, Andrew, didn't you want to change?
If we could, I
yours?
would.
Uh,
But
yeah,
I rate
drop
these
it.
movies off of my enjoyment. You know, I'm obviously gonna rate something that I absolutely love 100 out of 100. And
Listen,
you know,
man.
horror movies.
I
are
gave
for
As
me.
Above a 10.
You know, but then
Hey,
we go with Sinister, and I'm gonna give that a good rating because it's a good
It's a
story.
good,
I
scary
enjoy it.
movie.
It's a good
Because it has
scare.
clout though. You're just saying that because
No.
it's
I don't-
it's
I don't
renowned.
That's from my
Consider-
own enjoyment.
Bro,
I
you
don't
just sound
care. It
like
could
a
be like-
trend rider. You sound like
but-
a medium guy. You don't sound like a small guy, man.
Would you ever?
Damn.
You've never even seen Train to Busan. What would you
Train
rate
to
that?
Busan is fucking
We're gonna
amazing.
do that one of
Train to
these days.
Busan, train. I don't give a
No,
fuck.
no.
You're a trend rider,
Train to
dude.
Busan.
Not a
is
trend
one of
rider.
the
You're a
best
trend rider
fucking-
comparing this movie to Marvel.
That's fair. That's a good comeback, but you're still a pussy.
All right. Brian, you want to give your score?
Yeah, so after some thought and consideration, again, I don't hate this movie. Could have been better as far as scary movies go. Plot was fucking predictable. You knew what the fuck was going on. Again, the only thing that really got you was the jump scares. And again, the jump scares you kind of knew when they were coming, because again, it would be the matter of like everything gets super quiet and they're gonna hit you with a loud ass thud, or they're zooming in somewhere in the darkness. And I also didn't get brought up the first time she dropped her cup because she sees the ghost of the girl that kills herself. That one scared me. Like to the
That was
point
scary.
there was one point, I forget where it was later on in the movie. I thought the bitch popped up again and I jumped and I looked and there was nothing there. That one was funny as fuck. But yeah, again, this movie, it's just fun. Go to the movie theaters, check it out. When it comes to rewatchability, I can imagine not probably next Halloween, but who knows, 2-3 like Halloweens down the line.
When
be like,
Smile 2 comes out?
yeah, like whatever, fuck it, let's throw on
Smile.
Smile. Remember we went to go see this movie? Haha, so shitty. I can see one of those reasonings coming out for it. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna have to give this movie a solid 69.
Damn.
Only because 70 doesn't feel right on here. 70 doesn't feel right on here.
Did you give it a 69 for Dr. Cooter?
Big
I'm
fan.
never letting you
I need some justification for that behind that score, Pop.
So it starts out with Dr. Cooter.
Anyway, I'll go now.
Well, before that, I also need, for the record, for the website, Brian, do we have a positive or a negative test? I need to put that next to your score.
Well, according to my phone, I have 9.
Positive for
I'll let
no
you know. I'll let you know by the end of Blonde.
All right, fair.
Yeah, I'll go. So Aiden said the acting wasn't that good in this movie. I think the main actress, Susie Bacon,
Awesome.
I think she killed it. I mean, like every time they like showed her even by herself, she's like kind of shaking a little bit.
Yeah,
You could
she
tell
did
like
good.
she almost looks like she wasn't sleeping. Like she looked more pale. She was shaking like in every scene, almost like she was like
And
antsy and losing sleep.
And I will go back on top of that. She was the best character by far. She did a
Yeah.
good job as the main role and the main character.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
shit, she's
the-
main character.
Yeah, I know, but still, like the
You seen the
people,
art for
the
this?
other, yeah, that's the girl that they were paying.
Fucking
Yeah, the
terrifying.
MLB.
But the other actors I didn't enjoy.
Oh,
Some scenes felt dull.
Yeah. Yeah. So like without her acting, this movie probably, I mean, it would have been a lot worse, but like she really does carry the movie a lot. Again, the things I didn't like is like it really just relies on jump scares and stuff like that. But it definitely is like a horror thriller movie that I could definitely see myself rewatching, like Brian said, in a couple of years. Marketing was genius. I do get the premise, but the plot was a little predictable. But still, I enjoyed watching it. I think it's worth watching. So I'm just gonna give it a 70 flat.
Man, you
I
guys
did
are
enjoy the
making-
movie. I don't regret seeing it.
I was shitting on the movie. Can I revise my score?
Yeah, you give it the
no,
highest.
bro.
I mean, I'm still in the 70s, but
You're
I don't
locked
know.
in.
I don't regret seeing it. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good movie.
All right. I'll close this out with everything we got here and finish this off.
yes.
By the way, you know that's Kevin Bacon's daughter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Is it really?
Okay. She looks like him.
She
too, so
does
that
look
makes
like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I was
Kevin
waiting for her to like start hitting the Footloose dance.
But overall, this movie, I'm kind of like Aiden. I don't fuck with scary movies.
Mm.
I do not like scary movies. Not my cup of tea. Very unsettling. This movie did that perfectly with smiling. Like that just doesn't seem right. That is the marketing was great because it was creepy. It was creepy as shit to watch people smile. I mean, I don't even know how I'd react if you saw someone do something fucked up in real life and then started smiling. Like, I'm booking it. I'm gone. I'm running the other way. Fuck that shit. I am not there. No, thank you. So this movie did a good job. The cinematography, some of the transitions and the shots were really cool. Like the upside down shots. There's one where it's his circle window and it like zooms in and transitions out of that. That's clever.
cool.
That's smart. Like I have a little bit of appreciation for that. That takes a little bit of creativity, something that I wouldn't think of probably. The main actor, Miss Bacon or Miss Cooter, actress, Miss Dr. Cooter, as Josh said, is she was really good. I liked her a lot. I think the cast did a pretty good job here. Overall, we'll never rewatch this ever again. It was scary. The jump scares literally had like my hands sweating the whole time. I was like, this is fucking stupid. But it was entertaining to watch at least once. You will get scared. With that said, I'm feeling a 59 for this movie.
Yeah, man.
I know. I don't know. I didn't like it that much. And it's not even just because like, I don't like scary movies. Like, I'm going to give some of these other scary movies some good ratings. The last one I gave a 10. So this is, 5 times that, almost 6. But yeah, 59 is what I'm feeling like for Smile here.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
feel kinda
boys.
shitty. I
solid.
feel kind of shitty with the 78 now. I didn't even like the fucking movie.
All right, Mike.
Well, you
Well,
can
it's all for
change
your
it. Let
you
him
can
change
you
it.
can
We're in the
revise while we're still on the episode.
Yeah, you get
What
one
do
mulligan. So
Yeah.
One mulligan.
one
Yeah,
mulligan a
there you go.
year.
I'm gonna go down. This is gonna be a big drop. I'm gonna go 68.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, it's not that big. I thought you were going down
10
20 points or something.
Yeah.
You have to justify. You gotta justify.
Yeah, explain.
It was like we talked about for the last fucking hour. It was predictable. It was dull at times, and besides Miss Bacon, Dr. Cooter's acting, honestly, like the acting wasn't that amazing. And the CGI then, honestly, with the demon, the monster, whatever you want to call it. I didn't like that CGI, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I will say, Mike, I'm just singling you out. Did you like this? And these are two very random movies. Did you like this better, or did you like Don't Worry, Darling more than this?
Oh fuck.
Is
And
that
I'll
movie
t-
that
and then I'll
bad?
tell you what your score is on that movie.
I heard the
I
ending was
get-
really good, man.
I think Don't Worry, Darling. I think still I like better than it.
I like
this.
that
Okay,
better,
that's
too.
fair because you gave that a 78. So I wanted to see. So originally you would have had this on the same level.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think any of us were in the 60s for that.
Yeah.
No.
So, and I think Don't Worry, Darling was a better movie than this. So I'm happy that your score kind of falls in line with that too.
All right, so you guys ready to get into Blonde?
Yeah.
Let's-
And then
do it.
before I read the synopsis and description stuff, Andrew really didn't get around to watching it. But he doesn't care if we spoil it.
So I'll be yeah.
You can still
want
be
me
here
to-
for it.
You want me to stay on?
Yeah,
and-
who gives a fuck? And
All
then Aiden only saw like half of it, but that's fine because let's
this will be a
just
quick one.
Yeah,
Let's just
but
read it,
I
yeah.
got some
he
justification
still has
for
some
why I
stuff
didn't
about it.
finish
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So.
So based on the best-selling novel, which I didn't know this was based on a book, Blonde boldly reimagines the life of one of Hollywood's most enduring icons, Marilyn Monroe. From her violent childhood as Norma Jean, through the rise of her stardom and romantic entanglements, Blonde blurs the lines of fact and fiction to explore the split between her public and private selves. This movie just came out a couple days ago from when we're recording this. It got a 42% critic score and a 32% audience score. Now, guys, usually after I read the description and give out the scores, I kind of throw it to you guys right away. But please allow me to go first. This movie's ass. It's shit. It sucks so much. I was so excited about this movie. I'm the one that said we should watch this movie. I was looking forward to it months ago when they first released the trailer. I love Ana de Armas, but this movie fucking sucked. I tried so hard.
But wait, Josh, if this has such bad ratings and you're saying it sucks, how come it got a 14-minute standing ovation at the
11
Venice
minute, I
Film
think.
Festival?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that blows my
14
mind.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was your.
I think it's
text
I
message.
know, but wait, yeah,
Fucking
I sent
dick.
that. I remember when I saw that. I think it's because of the shit that Ana de Armas had to go through when filming that film.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Why
It's
would
such a
anyone
Vanity
agree to do
Fair.
that?
Yeah, so like, I mean, from like, I like the first like 20 minutes somewhat where like,
I'm gonna
She's
go
just-
watch that.
yeah, honestly, the first 20 minutes where she's like this little girl, and it's hard to watch because
But
her mom's like abusing her and everything like that. It felt raw, but it felt like almost real, but it's hard to watch. Like that was good. And then the rest of the movie, it's like, apparently this movie's not even real. Like it's not even like based off her life. It's pretty much fan fiction.
It is.
The Marilyn, the Monroe family came out and like denied everything once the book came out, and they still made this movie. It's just like like it goes from black and white to color, and I get that they're trying to do black and white when she's Marilyn Monroe, and then when she's Norma Jean when it's in color, but like the aspect ratio keeps changing and everything like that. It's a headache of a movie. I don't know what they're going for.
Mhm.
You have no clue what year or what time we're in until it tells you. Like you don't know if there's time jumps. You don't know like who the hell some of these people are. You're just kind of sitting around waiting for John F. Kennedy to show up. This movie's almost 3 hours long. It's 2 hours and 46 minutes. And I stopped it multiple times to go do something else. I think I stopped it halfway through to go fucking watch YouTube or something. I could not. I almost DNF'd. I almost didn't make it through the whole movie. So I wasn't going to blame you guys if you didn't. I don't blame Aiden for not finishing this
No.
movie. He saved more time in his life. I was building Legos in the background while I was fucking watching this movie. I was trying to do other shit while I was watching this movie, and it still bored me to fucking death. I hate this
Dude.
dog shit.
It's so
Wow.
funny you say that because the
All
last
right,
hour
guys, and that's our blonde review.
And that's our episode. Thank you.
the last hour and a half, I swear to God, I was legit doing like client programming on my fucking computer. Looking up, oh, she's sucking John F. Kennedy's dick. Back to fucking client programming.
Oh, nice.
I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude,
I was like,
no, I'm gonna go. I watched like you said, Josh, you enjoyed the first 20 minutes. I honestly think that the first 20 minutes of Blonde is scarier and more horrific than the movie that we just saw. As in
What?
Smile. I swear, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you got to think like it's actually like that's why I didn't understand. I don't know anything about this movie. I just know that it's Ana de Armas playing Marilyn Monroe, and it's long as shit. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Literally that first like 20 minutes where she's a little girl and her mom is obviously crazy. Like she has mental health issues, and then she's going around like feeding her all these lies, which obviously probably they hang on to her adulthood life. And I mean, even when you go and you see like her mom try to drown her in the tub, and then she's walking butt ass naked across and the neighbors see it, they're like that is scary. Like that's
and it's on fire.
horrifying.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Take
then
her to
like
the
their house
orphanage.
burns down. Yeah, and then they take her, and then you just see that you think that, oh, they're like nice people, you know, they're gonna take care of her, and then maybe that's how she becomes Marilyn Monroe, you know, she finds her way in Hollywood as an actress and all that. But then you show that she goes to an orphanage, and then
And she's
I
getting
don't know.
dragged and crying, and then like that broke my heart. The little kid actress like stole the show. I mean, honestly. And then, dude, not to shit on Ana de Armas, but like her accent shows throughout the whole movie. You can hear it. She's
Yeah.
trying not to. To credit to her, she's trying, but like you can just hear it. I mean, it's Ana de Armas. Like you can hear her accent, and I think she's like A-tier actress right now.
she is.
I mean, but like, so I'm not like trying to dog on her, but like, I mean, even her, it wasn't like made the movie worth watching, in my opinion. So
But I'm really surprised that she honestly took this role. Like, I don't
Do you
know.
guys
Like,
know who
that's
else
why it
was-
just
was in
What?
contention for the role.
No, not sure.
I mean, I'm sure there were probably millions of women that
Okay,
auditioned for this.
millions of women.
Yeah, why not?
not?
I guarantee
You just need
you,
a
there
thick
were
white
easily.
woman, and you're in there.
Yeah, honestly,
I mean,
should have had.
part of me thinks the director has a fetish for Ana de Armas.
should have had
pretending to be
Iggy
Marilyn
Azalea
Monroe.
play Marilyn
Yeah,
Monroe.
Yeah, and like just
Lana
wanted to get her
Rhodes.
naked the whole time. And
Lana Rhodes?
This movie was.
I don't
funny
know.
as
I just heard
fuck,
that name.
dude.
I saw it. I
Just
made
'cause,
it up.
like, Because this movie was long as hell, and I'm like, all right. Well, what pissed me off was going into it. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's #1 on Netflix," and then I see the critic reviews, and I'm like, "Is it #1 on Netflix, or is it #1 on Netflix because Netflix put it at #1 so that way people will fucking click on it?" And I was thinking that is exactly what fucking happened because this movie was so fucking bad, dude. You get brought in at certain points just to be like,
Whoa, hold up.
Fucked again.
I wonder what points that you get brought up.
No, that's not even the thing. Because
She did make 2 points.
what it builds into is like you're like, okay, her career's taking off, and now she's getting fucked again. Like,
Oh, she did this. Oh shit, she's getting fucked.
and then the funniest one is playing on my phone, and Marilyn Monroe's getting fucking finger blasted by Charlie Chaplin's fucking son in the middle of a movie theater. Great, amazing. I'm so glad I have 2 hours and 47 minutes of this fucking movie to watch to get to the heart of Marilyn Monroe, aka sucking JFK's dick. We didn't even get the happy birthday scene, bro. What the
No, he didn't.
dude, hey, can we talk about that fetus, that CGI fake ass looking
Oh my
fetus that they fucking showed 20 times?
Yes,
Oh
we
my
watched
God.
to get what 2 abortions in this movie?
Yeah,
That threw me
Well,
off. I didn't know that they were gonna throw that in.
yeah, and I'm
One
like, is she
abortion.
gonna have a kid or not?
See, that's where I come in, where it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I understand that first opening scene when she goes to audition for that first role, and the guy doesn't even say anything. He just comes up behind her and just starts raping her.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it on here.
Like it was bad, dude, because like obviously it brought light to a very fucked up situation that clearly is
In a
still
fucked up
going
time
on. Like,
Yeah,
especially
it
because,
is.
well,
It's the
like,
time period.
Well, then, but you can say that, but then you look at motherfuckers like Harvey Weinstein. Like that's very recent. Like shit like this goes on and it's fucking sick.
Well, I mean, that's why that whole
But-
like Me
and,
Too
like,
movement is like
other
it was a
than-
big thing. It still kind of is because you know obviously people don't take that shit anymore.
Well, exactly, but like when
It's
it comes
still
down to
fucking
it, is like
happening,
this movie like did a great job of getting it out there that this is what happened to Marilyn Monroe. But at the same time, like you're watching this movie and you're just like, what the fuck is like what is this?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like a mind
That's
fuck.
a
You don't know
best
if they're
way to put it.
bashing Marilyn Monroe or they're trying to like
exactly.
they're trying to make a film where everyone feels like sympathy for her, like, oh, but look at this. But then even in the scenes where you try to be sympathetic and they try to push that on you, the next scene after is her just I mean doing her thing in a movie theater in front of everyone when they're watching her film at a premiere.
I don't know. It just
Like,
like you
come on,
feel
like
bad.
you can't, but even that is that real?
Right.
Because I know that there was a
Oh.
thing in the newspaper when she's like, "Oh, Marilyn Monroe caught having a threesome at the movies, you know, at the theater." But then is that
Mhm.
just like bullshit Hollywood, like making that up, and then they just depict it and illustrate it within this film? Like she can't say, "Yeah, no, that didn't happen." You know?
Yeah,
It's
it's
obviously
it's
not
like they're
here.
they're out to make her feel like this monster when really in real life she was a trendsetter for women in the industry, right? It's like
She was the
she's
first to
making
do
a name
it.
for
to
herself.
be
Yeah,
powerful.
and this movie just shits on who she was. And
Mhm.
again,
Well,
like I blame it on the director, Andrew Dominic, or whatever the fuck this guy's name is pervert who probably fucking was just in the editing bay watching Ana de Armas being naked and getting off to it. And
That
the
dude's a
nudity in this
sicko.
movie, I mean, it's like gross. I mean, because
And
this whole
that's-
time she's like being forced into sex and shit
And
like that.
that's
It's
the
like
other thing is a lot of people are watching this because they're like, "Oh shit, Ana de Armas is naked."
Yeah,
Like,
she's naked in other movies.
but
Go watch
if you
other
get
movies.
dude. If you get like anything from this, like you're sick in the head.
Yeah, and I
You
don't
deserve to
see
get your
this.
ass
I don't.
beat.
I mean, like, I think honestly, this movie would have done better with a woman being a director. I think because no one would fucking
Possibly.
yeah, because no one would fucking make a movie about another icon like this besides this pervert, Andrew Dominic, whatever the fuck this guy's name is.
What does he?
Yeah,
what does
so-
he have under his belt?
yeah. Well,
I can go look.
and it's like it's.
I'll tell you one thing.
honestly,
It's under his
you're
mouth.
putting
Got something tucked in his belt.
Josh-
Fucking
Well,
weirdo.
you're putting Josh, like what the hell was I gonna
Killing
say?
Them
Andrew
Softly.
Dominic. Yeah, that guy looks sick. Killing Them
Chopper.
Softly is a good movie.
Yeah, that might be his only good one.
Yeah, looks
This
Well,
guy
all
looks
right.
sick.
So to your point, Josh, it's like she is like a sex icon. Like she is,
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
And I think what this horny bastard did was just focus on that the whole time.
Yeah, when
the
there's way
whole
more
time.
layers to her.
Well,
And,
to be
like-
fair, it's based on a novel, and I've
Yeah.
Fan
I can
fiction,
tell
Mike.
you
Mike, it's not even real. It's not even actually based off her life. Some of
I
it's
know,
fan
but I can tell you right now, not a single fucking person in here has read that novel, and we don't know how the novel is.
But even
So,
her family
that
came
could be
out
the
and said the
novel.
novel was slander, not true.
Yeah. So
What
then
do you
off
think
the
the
rip.
What do you think the movie is?
It's
Slandered
based
and
off
not
the
true.
book. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. It's fucked.
So let's point our
Well, no,
to
because
focus
as a
on-
director, you do have the power to be like, I don't want to.
He's the writer, too.
This book. Oh, and he's the writer.
And he's the
Oh, is
writer
he
for
the
movie.
writer?
Hey,
He's the
let's
writer
touch
for the
on this
movie.
Story that the family already said no.
Who's the
to.
writer of the book though? The
Hold on, I have the
author
name.
of the book.
crazy.
Joyce
That guy
Carol
wasn't even born
Oates.
when she was passed away. The director.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was a
But
couple
regardless,
things
I'm
I
not- I'm
wanted to
not-
say.
Trying to
And then
defend
too,
anything about
sorry
the movie.
again. Joe DiMaggio, when he popped up, and
Joe DiMaggio.
DiMaggio, when he showed up, and JFK at the end showed up. Honestly, it felt like an SNL skit. Like, here's JFK, and then fucking JFK's there. It's like I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just kind of waiting for other famous people to show up. Here's
Yeah.
Chaplin. Like, I don't know. And then too, the grate scene where she's standing on the grate. I know that's a famous picture of Marilyn Monroe where she's on the crate. That scene went on for like 10 minutes. It showed different angles constantly. Montage, MW2 fucking montage of Marilyn Monroe staying on this crate,
Yep.
right? It's like, I'm like, can this scene end? We saw it for
And then-
literally 10 minutes. I mean, I should go back and time it. I don't want to turn this fucking dumbass movie back on, but I don't know. So
Hey,
I'm just
and
so
then-
pissed
I
off.
mean, the
Joe
movie did a
DiMaggio
great
beat
job.
the shit out of her after, which is
Yeah.
awful.
And that guy's
If
a
I
good
was-
ass actor.
He's a good actor.
What's his name?
Bobby,
Bobby
Cannavale?
Cannavale.
he's a good ass
Bobby
actor though.
Cannavale.
He's a good actor. Yeah.
I mean, they did a great fucking job of making them like making it look like, well, not even look like, but showing how she ended up in all these terrible positions and like how she was a woman in Hollywood and how she wanted to be famous, and like what came with that was this aspect of everyone just wanted her for sex. And they do a great job of making you feel fucking bad. Like I'm watching this movie and I'm like, come on, you keep making these terrible decisions, getting put in these terrible spots, and you just show up for them. Like, what the fuck? And I thought that was cool. And then I mean, I did like how after the JFK thing, they rush and get her the abortion and shit. And then it just leads into the end with her dying. And it's like they show JFK, then she's dead. Could be hinting at the good old conspiracy
saying that he killed
theory
her.
that Marilyn Monroe would be alive if she wasn't fucking with JFK, because JFK liked to pillow talk a lot. So it's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Here's some good things I could say about the movie. The car driving through the fire at the very beginning, like pretty cool.
Well, those camera angles are pretty good.
Some of the camera angles, but like I said, changing the aspects constantly
I didn't
gave
know.
me a fucking headache. What
Dude,
were they
just
doing?
the first half that I watched, man, it was literally like you said, it was just jumping around way too much. And I understand you didn't know what kind of film it is. I still don't know what kind of film it's trying to be. Like,
Yeah, fuck you for 2 hours and 46 minutes. What the fuck? It could have been an hour shorter, at least. I mean, what the hell were they thinking? 3
For
hours?
all those
almost?
weirdos out there that want to see Ana de Armas naked, go watch Deepwater. Go watch any other movie that she's in.
Yeah,
And
Knives Out.
You're sicko if you're watching this one for a certain reason.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, like the nudity in the movie, it's kind of hard to watch because
It's distasteful.
she's being
Yeah.
forced into sex, and I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, it does its job. It's trying to make you uncomfortable.
It
I'll
is,
give-
yeah.
But
I'll
is
give it-
that? But do we know that that's what the movie is trying to do?
I'm talking more to the people saying that they're only watching it for the nudity. But I get why the movie tried to do it. And then too, like I like where they're trying to go with like doing it in black and white when she's Marilyn Monroe, and then switching it back when she's herself.
That shit was confusing.
But yeah, then at a point it just became like a headache. It got confusing. I don't know. So that like pissed me off too. I mean, I got where they were trying to do there, but it just still annoyed me.
That's the
Again,
thing.
to
I
that
don't
fake
bash the
nudity shit.
film. I just bash the ideology kind of behind
Here
it.
you go, buddy.
No, I mean, I was gonna say, like you said, you don't know if it's trying to bash Marilyn Monroe. You don't know if it's trying to shine light on her story, or you're
Listen,
trying.
I
to
think
they were
shine
trying to
light
bash her.
on- Yeah,
I'm not trying.
It
to
seems
defend
like
this
they were
movie.
trying to bash her throughout this whole movie.
I am not trying to
Nothing about
defend
it
this
felt
movie.
good.
Okay, this movie is absolute dog shit, but it's based off a romanticized novel. So understand that when you're saying these things about the movie.
Oh, fuck
yeah.
the
Okay.
Well,
novel
understand
too.
how that even got pushed to an actual film.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
what I'm
played at the
saying.
Venice Film Festival.
Because it's Marilyn Monroe and it's in a cell. And then there's gonna be motherfuckers like us that are
Well,
talking
Mike,
shit.
the director could have changed things that
It's
he
not
didn't
that
like
it
about
sells.
the movie
It's
if
on
he wanted to.
Netflix. I couldn't imagine going to the theater and watching this. I wonder what the box office scores would have been if it
But
was.
there's a reason it's called Blonde and not the story of Marilyn Monroe.
But it is a story of Marilyn Monroe.
But it's
I mean, it's just called
not
Blonde
really
because
the
that's more
same time.
catchy than Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah,
Like
like
marketing.
Elton John's movie is Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Queens was Bohemian
Yeah,
Rhapsody.
but-
You know what I
I
mean?
get what you're saying, but no. like,
I mean, if you told me at the beginning of the year that I would love Elvis way more than this fucking trash movie, I would have been like shocked because I was excited for this movie for months. I mean, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I don't know, but I had high hopes for it still. And it was to the point where I was like, this is coming out on Netflix. I think this will be a good movie for us to talk about. And I put it on, and then this movie, I genuinely like Daybreak or whatever, the Day Shift, whatever fucking that movie is called. I didn't feel that
Still can't
bad.
Get it right.
Yeah, I still can't get it right.
what is it called?
It's Day Shift.
They-
Fuck, dude.
I knew at that time. I was just
Daylight
funnier.
savings.
It's funnier to call it Daybreak.
Dude,
But
Is it?
but like even that movie, I didn't feel bad having you guys watch that. This one, I was like, damn, I fucked them
Yeah,
here because
this is arguably like I'm going to hit you in the shoulder when I see you next.
yeah, please hit me in the face because that's what this movie
No,
felt like when I
bro.
watched it.
Bro, we got the cameras rolling. We can't have you on here with a black eye.
I'll just say I fell. But yeah, I mean, is there anything you two could say that you liked about the movie?
Again, there was cool scenes where like with like the music and shit and the transitions, some of those were fucking like I guess you could just call it groovy at a certain point. Like the way they all like melted together, and then they would do like the camera flips and shit. I'm like, all right, I can fuck with this. Again, I did like the idea that they are bringing light to what it was like for Marilyn Monroe in that time period, knowing how much we know from someone like fucking Harvey Weinstein's piece of shit. So to get more light on that, to see it back in the day, I think that was a great aspect. But again, I think there was a more tasteful way that they could have done it. I don't think it needed to be drug out for 2 hours and 47 minutes. I think it could have been more to the point. And I mean, I guess I guess
whose
I
idea?
don't know a lot about Marilyn Monroe other than the infamous Playboy cover and then the infamous Standing Over the Grate and her blonde hair. Like that's really all I knew about her going into this. Well, then obviously
Mhm.
the JFK and the overdose and all the
Yeah.
conspiracies that go with that. Know
Yeah.
about that. So, but not really a lot.
I knew about Chaplin's son too, and her. And
Yeah, I never knew about that.
not to the
I-
extent of them being in a throuple or anything, but
Yeah, the throuple was that threw me for a hoot.
yeah.
I think like I need to actually go like look at a documentary if there's one about her.
So there
'Cause
is
I
one
don't-
on HBO Max, and it's way better than this.
Okay, because I don't want to like have this be the only thing
You positive?
when I think of Marilyn Monroe. Like I don't want this to be like the basis of like my understanding of her, because that's just absolutely fucking stupid.
Yeah. What would you say you liked about it, Mike? If you had to say.
I really couldn't tell you. Like I don't know what I mean. Like Brian.
So did you like Day Shift more than this?
in terms of a watch? Yeah.
Yes, watching
like,
it.
When I
Like enjoyment.
Yeah,
I mean, it's different though. You can't compare it because it's a comedy.
Well, I'm just
versus-
saying both Netflix movies, both movies that we didn't really like that much. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
this
like
is- I promise you, I don't know what my score for day whatever the fuck it is, but it's
Daybreak.
probably gonna. This is probably gonna get half of it,
Day
if that
shift.
even.
yeah.
So, but regardless, I mean, like Brian said, I like the ideology of the fact that they're trying to bring something like this to light, because I'm sure it was probably like that, but probably even worse. Experiencing that too, but they could have done it in a more tasteful way, like taking the words out of Brian's mouth. But other than that, I really couldn't tell you what I actually truthfully liked about this movie.
I
Yeah.
feel like another thing is that took place so long ago. Like, I mean, not as long as we think it did, but realistically, I mean, she was young when she passed away.
Yeah, it was like 70 years ago or something. like
Yeah,
that.
she 7 years ago.
70.
70.
Oh, but yeah,
I think it was
mean,
1966 or something.
67.
67, yeah.
Yep. But I mean, like, no one knows the truth, realistically.
except for the Kennedys.
Yeah. But I mean,
Jackie
even
knows
only.
all about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. We can get into scores if you guys want. I don't
Okay.
got it. I don't got it. I
Please.
got all my hate out on this one.
Yeah, so gonna start off. Fuck you, Josh. I'm about to dox you and give everyone your address. Like send you
That's
fucking-
fair.
I'm about to give the
Hate
Kennedys
mail.
Josh's address.
Yeah, so
They can send him a gift.
yeah, like I said, and like Mike said, great that they're bringing this to light. Stuff was probably way worse for her back in the day. That was great to see. Again, distasteful nudity throughout the whole fucking thing. They did a great job making you feel uncomfortable in those scenes where you needed to feel uncomfortable. But again, those scenes were also dragged out like the whole fucking movie. At an artistic standpoint, the one thing that I did like I said, was the music, camera angles, the black and white, cool aspect. Again, got confusing because they started doing it way too fucking much. And then the parts of all the fucking like transitioning with the music and all the backgrounds, that became too much and started getting drug out. At a certain point, you're like, when the fuck is this gonna end and where is this going? I've now seen her get married 3 times and call all 3 of her husbands daddy. She clearly has a daddy issue. Cool.
Yep.
Please fucking get somewhere with this. And I feel like you just never get there. You get the JFK scene and then she's fucking dead. Okay. Great. Fantastic. This
You for
movie,
sure killed her, bro.
the Kennedys did that shit for show. For show, dude. It's not even a question. No, I'm just
Bro,
kidding.
hey, some
I'm
guy's gonna
kidding.
walk behind Brian.
I was gonna say. I was kidding. Hey,
Live
I'm
on
kidding.
camera.
I'm kidding, Mr.
Gonna
Government.
assassinate. Hey, what's that red dot on your forehead, Bob?
Oh, yeah, I know she did that to herself. No foul play. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna fucking give this movie like a 38. What was the critics? Are they 38?
Hold on, I got it right here. 42% critic score, 32% audience score.
Yeah, I'm going 38. I feel confident with that. Yeah, because I can't even like tell my fucking mom to watch this. Usually a movie like this, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe my mom will like it. Fuck you, I'm not telling her to watch this.
What if
Yeah,
she watches
don't.
it and tells you might like it?
Yeah, fuck no.
All right, so Brian gave it a 38.
That blonde movie.
Brian gave it a 38. Andrew DNF'd. Aiden DNF'd. Mike, what do you think?
Oh, I'm not gonna say a single fucking thing other than 34 out of 100. That's my fucking review on Blonde.
Okay.
That's my fucking review. If that says
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
no, actually, no. Let me change. 27 out of 100. Actually,
All right.
Y'all lock this one in.
Yeah.
I'm
Quit
locking it
swaying
in.
him, guys.
Yeah,
You guys
know.
are swaying. I should have
That's
had numbers in
twice.
No, I wrote down my score before we got into this. I mean, this movie just really fucking pissed me off. It's ass. I mean, I said everything about it already that I liked. The car driving through the fire was cool at the beginning. That's it. So I'm gonna give this movie a 5. It fucking sucked. I encourage no one to watch this shit. Worst
Josh's
movie of the
first
year.
single-digit score.
We should have had
Yeah, my
we should have had
first-
a woman on here, man. We gotta get.
I would feel bad
Yeah,
to have a woman
someone
on
else
this.
We're gonna
on
get
here.
a
Talk about this
fucking
shit.
Yeah, you
message
ain't.
from Stella.
Should I-
Stella's gonna be like, I told Nick he's not allowed to talk to you guys anymore.
No, there's no way a girl out there would fucking watch this and enjoy it.
What do you
So-
multiple? I mean, yeah.
No, watch
enjoy
it and
but
enjoy
I
it.
mean,
There's no way
multiple
because-
girls have seen it.
What do they think?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, are these
Oh,
your
I mean,
imaginary
they-
friends?
they-
No, the
Your
two that I've
sister and
talked to,
your
they said they
cousin?
didn't enjoy it. So,
Your sister and your
So your
cousin.
sister and
said
your
But I mean,
cousin
who-
said-
but who's gonna watch this and say, "Oh yeah, that was great"? No one.
That's the point of a movie, though.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
find enjoyment in it, right? That's what I'm saying. Is like no one in their right mind is gonna enjoy this movie, and if you do,
Yeah,
you're wrong.
exactly.
Okay, but so why do people watch scary movies then? I don't fucking enjoy that shit.
Some
bro.
people love
Because people
being
love a
scared.
This
thrill.
is like an info.
thrill.
What can you consider this? What kind of genre is this? Not like an info doc.
It's a drama, and
It's a documentary.
It's a drama.
drama fiction.
What'd you say, Brian?
Documentary.
There you go. New genre.
Hey, we should copyright that right now. If
I'm
we
pretty
can.
sure it's a thing. Like I don't
It's
think I
gotta be a
messed up
thing.
with
It
that.
probably is.
yeah.
Oh, well, fuck you guys.
Hey, I appreciate you thinking I'm that smart though.
I didn't say you were smart. I just said that was a good idea.
Yeah, no one said you're smart.
It's
Yeah,
all right.
you're not smart.
Just come on, let me have this.
You're actually very, very dumb, Brian.
Oh,
And you're actually really dumb if you enjoyed Blonde. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really
you,
mad.
you have to be a real blonde to like that movie.
Brian liked it the
You're
best
gonna
out of you three.
You're gonna
Yeah,
get
Brian-
canceled.
Brian loved that movie.
If you were gonna ask Brian what his favorite movie is, it might be Blonde.
But no, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Our next episode, our next rewind will be The Strangers. Really excited for that movie. It's one of my favorite scary movies, so thrillers or
yeah.
horror movie.
And if you guys don't subscribe to the YouTube, get out there, go subscribe to the YouTube channel.
You can see Brian
um,
do his COVID test.
Well, guys,
Live on camera.
Yep, we'll have that out there. And I mean, honestly, we'd love to get feedback on the Blonde. I want to hear some other people's reviews on that.
Please,
I mean,
please.
let us know if
please.
you hated it, if you loved it.
Hey,
Josh
but-
loved it.
But if
I
you
love
heard
it.
about
What we
it
have to say
from
about it.
us, if you heard
Yeah.
about it from us and you hate it because you wasted all that time, we gave you the warning. All right.
Yeah.
No, I almost want to say like, go please try to watch the movie and see if you can make it all the way through. But no, fuck this movie. Don't even go watch it.
Hey,
I'm
if you
happy
make it
that
all
I
the way
didn't waste my
through,
time.
Josh,
And it's
will give
ironic.
you $3 if you show proof of you watching the movie.
Yeah. Well, I honestly like if I watched because you and Mike watched it before me, and I think I was trying to think earlier. I'm like, I wonder if I would have watched it before them, would I have told them not to even watch it? But I think for the pod, it was worth it. I mean, that's what got me through it. But it was
you're
tough.
a dick.
And honestly, God, this is
Multiple
a really
movies
good
had to walk away.
If anybody has any other really shitty fucking movies that you guys want us to watch, just so we can shit on it, please let us know.
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's gonna start
anyway,
into a
please
hate
let us
podcast.
know.
But all right, boys.
But at least we're
All
being
right.
honest.
Yeah. But as we wrap it up here, two
Yeah.
reminders. One, wrap it up yourself. You don't want no little kids walking around. And
Yeah.
two, when we say Small Guys Podcast, we're not talking about our appearance.
And real quick, guys, we should get a thumbnail for Smile.
Let's all smile.
So if you guys all want to smile, Pav, ready? Smile if you like dick.
Way.
I smiled even more.
Yeah, my grin got even bigger.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
All right, boys.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right, boys.
Peace
Good
out,
night.
guys.
I love you.
Appreciate it. See you next week.
All right,
you.
nobody. All right, cool.